Good day to everyone. Our focus today's demonstration is to tabulate partial payment of loans as an application of simple interest, meaning we create table of schedule of payments using Microsoft Excel. In using this application, we create formulas, design tables, and format these tables using the basic application of the Microsoft Excel. Before we are going to make tables, design tables for our problem, now allow me to give a situation that we are going to answer in this Microsoft Excel. Again, before we start, we consider a situation. On December 9, 2022, teacher Proxa borrowed 1 million pesos to start her project of establishing online business from a certain lending institution which charges 8% simple interest rate. The teacher agreed to pay the principal amount in 10 equal payments plus its interest within 10 months. The question is, when is the last payments? Using exact interest, compute the actual amount due per month and the total interest paid at the end of 10 months. So the given is 1 million pesos as principal of the loan. The rate of interest is 8%, simple interest rate. And the principal will be paid in 10 equal payments. Of course, plus the interest within 10 months. So that is the problem. Now, how do we start this one? So before we start answering this one, because our focus is we're going to create a schedule of payments. Now, allow me to show to you the Microsoft Excel, and of course, we will design our table in the Microsoft Excel. So I have in here the Microsoft Excel. As you can see, the panel is made of columns and rows. For the columns, they are in alphabets. So that is column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, and column F. Now, the horizontal one is the row, which is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Before we're going to design our table, now let's try to first study the naming of the cell. So when we name the cell, we first use the column and the number. So the cell is the boxes that you can see in the Microsoft Excel, the individual boxes. Those are the cell that I'm referring. So here are the cell. Now, before we name it, now let's try to just locate the cursor to any cell. So we have in here. Now, the question is, what is the name of the cell? Now, if you do not know the name of the cell, you just try to see this one, this part, just above the column A, which says that B6, that is the name of the cell. Now, this B6 will be change if I'm going to change the location of my cursor. As you can see, I place my cursor in here. Now the name is A3, meaning the location is at column A and located at row 3. So whatever their intersection, that would be the location of A3. So how to name a cell? to name a cell in the Microsoft Excel is use the column and then uh, the row number. So column, then the row number. And so that is the cell. So if I were to name this one, I will say this is D4. And if I were to name this column, this cell, I would say this is B6, B7. So the name is always located in here, okay? In this name box. This is name box. Now, if I were to place my cursor in here, the name is F8. So, ayan, that is F8. Okay, next. Is it a need to know the name of the cell? Meaning, is it important to uh, understand the naming of the cell? The answer is yes, because the naming of knowing the name of the cell, or shall we say cell address, these are very important in the creation of working equation or the formulas that we are going to use in the computation. Okay. In a moment, you will see how we create formulas using the cell address or the name of the box or the cell. Okay. Now, another one is you should know this part. This part is called to be the formula bar. Now, what is the use of this formula bar? Of course, these are used to enter your data, enter your formulas or any other elements that you would like to uh, enter in a given certain cell. So, meaning, meaning, these are used also to edit the formula that you're going to create. Now, allow me now to show to you how to create the table. Now, to create the table, you should consider the number of columns that you're going to do. So, uh, in the previous discussion, we always create six columns. So, six columns in our computations. Okay. And of course, the number of rows that you're going to consider is, of course, consider the number of payments that you're going to include in the table. Okay, and of course the header. So the first thing that I would like to do is I will highlight the tables that I'm going to do. So meaning to say, I will place my cursor in here, and then after that one, I will drag. I will drag it until the column or desired column that I would like to have. And of course, the desired rows that I would like to have. So the problem a while back that we have just read is the problem is to be paid in 10 equal payments. So I have in here 10 rows. But remember, if we are talking of table, and so the first row will always be the header. And so we might as well consider 6 columns and 11 rows. So after highlighting this one, now I'm going to make the cell uh, with borders. Okay, I will put borders by clicking this part and then look for all borders. So here, as you can see, it has already the borders. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I will indicate now the header. So in my first column, I will name this one to be my date of payment. Okay. So in here, that would be date of payment. Okay. The next column will be number of days. number, so I will put it as number of days. Okay, number of days. Now you will notice whatever things that I'm going to type in the cell, now this can be seen in the formula bar. So ayan, whatever data or entry that you're going to type in here would be seen also in the formula bar. So the third column, column C, would be my actual payment. Okay, actual pay payment. Okay, now my table is based from the previous discussion that we have. That there is the actual payment, there is the interest paid. Of course, there is the principal payment, and the next one would be balance. Okay, balance. Now remember, the balance in here, the first or the initial balance that we are going to use is always the principal. Okay, now looking at this one, I think we need to at least indicate our given in our computation. Assuming that this is the table that we have, I think we need to indicate the given. So we might as well put the given above the table. So you look what I'm going to do to insert the row. Okay, so I will click this one, I will highlight, and then I will click the insert, then I will insert uh, row. Okay, so as you can see, there is the row above my header. Okay, this row above my header. Now what would be the purpose of this one? And it is where I will be placing the given. Okay, so my given would be in here, principal. My principal is okay, I will mark it as principal, okay, which is equal to 1 million pesos. So 16 zeros, 456. So that is 1 million. And of course, I have in here the rate. The rate of interest is 8%. 8%. Okay. And of course, the time. Okay, the time is actually 10 months. Okay, 10 months. Okay, 10 months. So ayan, 10 months. Okay, so these are my principles. So I will try to delete it. I will try to edit it so that at least uh, it is nice, it is presentable. Okay, so that would be my interest rate. Okay, and my time is 10 months. Okay, my time is 10 months. Okay, so I might as well fill in colors so that it will be distinct from the table. Okay, so I think I will be giving this color. And so color. Okay, now next, you notice that my principal or my given is also within the cell. Okay, let's say for example this 1 million is located at cell B1. This rate of interest is located at cell D1, and then this 10 month is located at FB1. Now what would be the next thing that we are going to do? Okay. Of course, let's try to have a little formatting and by centering all the header. So as you can see, I will highlight this one and then look for the center. Okay. If I would like to put it at the right side, ayan, I will just click this one, or left side, I will just click this one, but it's nice to be at the center. So we have in here. Next. Uh, this is the time now that we are going to uh, enter our basic data, so that we can compute. So in our first day in the problem, the first day in the problem is actually, let's it's actually December December 9. So what will I do is I will enter the December 9, the December 9, 2022. So that December 9, 2022 is actually the start of the loan. So meaning the teacher loaned 1 million. So I will place the 1 million as the initial balance or the first balance. Okay. So ayan. So that is that 1 million. So ayan, 1 million. Okay. Ayan. Now, do not mind the number. As you can see, it is without comma, without decimal. But we will fix this one after we're going to after the computation. So, ayan. So the question in here is, when is the first payment? If the December 9 is the time that 1 million was given, now when is the first payment? So the first payment would be comes January, okay, January 9, okay, 2023, okay, 2023. Now, you will notice when we are going to compute the interest during the first payment, now we need to count. We need to count the number of days from December 9 to January 9. Now, do not forget our counting. So we have said last time that when we count number of days, exclude the first day and include the last day. So exclude December 9, but include the January 9. So I think that is 31 days. Okay, 31 days. Now in the actual payment, that is our problem. That is our problem. So another one, of course, the interest is our problem. Okay. The principal payment is our problem. But in the principal payment, it says in the statement that the 10 million will be paid in uh, 10 equal payments. So 10 million divided by 10 is 100,000. So meaning in all payments, the payment of the principal is always 100,000 pesos. Okay, 100,000 pesos. Okay, so that is the uh, proportion per month. Okay, so to make it multiply it by 10 months, so it will give you 1 million. Now, the next thing that we're going to compute would be the interest paid during the first month. Now, how are we going to compute the interest paid during the first month? So, of course, in the computation of the interest is always represented by the interest is equal to PRT. That is our formula. Now, as I've said last time, that the interest, which is the PRT, will be replaced by the cell address. Okay. The cell address, meaning the cell address where the principal is located. Cell address where the time is located. And of course, the cell address where the rate is located. So that is the one that will replace our PRT. Okay, so in here, before we are going to compute, or before every time that we are going to create our formula, now we always first type the equal sign. Ayan. So equal sign is equal to the principal. So where is the location of the principal? The location of the principal is located at B1. So we have in here B1. Ayan. So I will be typing B1. Ayan. If you do not want to type, then just click the location of B1. Okay. And then of course, asterisk multiplied by the rate. Where is the rate located? It is located at cell D1. Okay. So I will click this one. Okay. So D1. And of course, you will notice I will multiply it by uh, the time. The time, of course, the time that we are going to use is a proportion of the 10 months, which is the first month, 31 days. So meaning 31 days. Now, so you can see the formula, equal sign, B1 asterisk D1 asterisk. Of course, uh, open parenthesis, and then that is D1. No, no. B4, and then divided by the 365, close open parenthesis. Now, before we're going to enter, now we have to understand that uh, the principal that we have in here is located in dito, located in B1. I think we can change also this one by making use of the uh, principal that is located in the balance. Okay, located in the balance. So in here, yan. So you will notice our formula now is F equal sign F3 asterisk D1 asterisk uh, asterisk the quantity B1 slash 365. Now you will notice when we are going to compute, the rate is always constant. Meaning if that is constant, it is permanent in our formula. So if that is permanent in our formula, we have to indicate the dollar sign before D and dollar sign before 1. Okay? So ayan. Meaning if we are going to compute, the principal will always change. Okay? The date will always change. The number of days will always change, but the rate will never change. Okay? So ayan. After typing or after editing now our formula, that's the time we're going to press enter. Okay? So as you can see, there is the interest paid, which is 6,794.52054.8. So that is the interest paid. Okay? Now, the next thing that we will compute is, of course, the actual payment. So meaning, after having now the interest in the first month and, of course, the equal payment, which is the principal payment, that is 100,000, we add it. So how do we add? Meaning, we go to the actual payment now. To get the actual payment, we add the principal payment and then the interest paid. So in here, we go to C4. C4. Okay, after that, we press equal sign. Then after that one, uh, we add interest paid. Okay, and then plus. Press plus and then the principal payment. Okay, then enter. So meaning the actual payment that is to be paid during the first month must be 106,794. Okay, 94. So that is the actual payment in the first month. And of course, after a year, after a month, I should say, after January 9, meaning to say we have now a new balance, okay? A new balance. So, what is our new balance? That is actually, that is actually uh, 1 million minus 1 million, which is located at F3 minus 100,000, which is located at E4. Okay, so our equation would be equal sign F3 minus E4. These are the location of the elements that we are subtracting. Okay, then enter. Now you will notice that after having now the first payment, the formulas in the first payment, now we assume that our problem is already done. Why? Because we will just drag this one. Of course, we will fill in the number of days until the last month. So what will we do? I think we can just drag this one, okay, until the last payment. So ayan, of course, that will be zero. That will be 900, or yes, 900,000, because there are no things that is to be subtracted. Okay. Even this one, I will drag. Okay, I will drag this one, or I will copy 100,000 lakh. Okay, I will copy it all in here and then paste. And so that would be the final amount. Now, uh, let's count first if that is 10 equal payments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we need more one row. Okay. We need more one row. And so still that is to be copied in the last payment. Okay. And how about this one? I will drag it. And dragging and then copying is not the same. Okay. So as you can see, this part is always zero. Why? Because we are actually paying until such time na we will finishing the amount that is to be paid within 10 months. Now, how about this one? Of course, we are going to drag just the same. Will it compute? Yes, it will always compute. And when we have already inserted the number of days. Okay? So, ayan. When we have already inserted the number of days. So, let's start the number of days and the month. Okay. You will notice that after I entered the number of days, okay, in here until the last payment, now you will notice that it automatically computes the actual payments, the interest paid, and of course, this one, the balance will be zero after 9 months, okay, after 9 months. Now you will also notice that our amortization schedule shows that the interest paid is diminishing, meaning as you pay the principal amount, the interest, the succeeding interest will be reduced to a lesser amount until such time the uh, uh, interest paid is reduced to at least 679 pesos 45 cents. And also, after the October 9, 2023, it will already be zero. Meaning, if you're if you reach October 9, the balance will already be zero, meaning you are done with your loan. You are done paying your loan. Okay, so that is the uh, amortization schedule or the tabulation of the situation that I gave you a while back, which state that a certain teacher loan 100 million pesos from a certain lending institution which charges a rate of 8% and agreed to pay the loan within 10 months. Okay. And you will also notice that one of our problem is it says in there what is the total interest paid. So how are you going to get the total interest paid? You just highlight this one, okay, until the cell that you would like to place your total, okay, and then after that you just click the summation symbol, okay, summation symbol. Okay, so the total amount of interest paid is 36,471.23288. So uh that is the total interest paid of this loan. Now what about the total actual payment? The same. You are going to highlight until the desired cell that you would like to place your total, then click the summation symbol at the upper right corner of your Microsoft Excel. Okay, so here. So the total actual payment made is 1,36,471.33. Now, you will notice that when you are going to add this two, okay, when you are going to add this two, get the summation and add this two, it will be this total actual payment. So now let's try to highlight so that you can see the salient points or the effect of the charges being made on the uh, loan. Okay, so ayan. So we have here now the uh, totals, summations through by using summations. Okay, ayan. So I think I demonstrated such. So hopefully you understand the making of the amortization basic amortization table, and see you in the next demonstration of this amortization table or schedule of payments. Okay, schedule of payments.